IVM.
Welcome to Absolutely Right. This is your host Aditi Surana. As you know, our Friday episodes are all about game-changing life hacks, tools, and concepts. Today's topic is the subtle art of being turned on in life. Are you turned on in life? When I ask this question, people obviously think that I'm hinting at their sexual experiences. Let me quickly clarify and set the context right by saying I'm actually referring to your sensual experiences that may or may not include sex. We will speak about how being turned on in life can be an anti anxiety tool and 5 steps you can take to master the subtle art. When I speak of being turned on, I mean being extremely relaxed and intensely involved. In our busy and distracted life, when we are half heartedly present to everything we do not enjoy most of it. Filmmaker Jason Silva says, we are not multitasking, but actually doing multiple things poorly. We go through so many stimulating moments without taking any time to soak in. We look for a house with a great view and sit by the windows looking into our phones. How often do we really find moments when we are physically and mentally relaxed and intensely 100% involved in the task at hand? Being turned on is an essential state of happiness. It is an antidote to our helplessness, anxiety, and fear. It is a tool, a mechanism that can help us reclaim our mental balance doing everyday mundane activities. I often ask people this question in my sessions. Are you turned on in life? Are you turned on in any form? More often than not, we try to deal with our anxiety, stress, and fear by trying to solve problems at hand, by fixing situations that are bothering us, and by thinking and overthinking endlessly. A client once told me, I can only think of visiting art galleries and enjoying a meal when all my legal issues are resolved. I said, but that may take another 3 years. Are you planning to live a tasteless and uninteresting life for the next 3 years? I was genuinely amused at his statement. Being turned on is not situational. It is a way of life. Thankfully, it doesn't require any specific status or achievement. You can be anyone. You can be anywhere. If you know how to immerse in an experience, then you can actually steal moments throughout your otherwise stressful, occupied day. I'm reminded of my visit to the stunning city of Vienna in Austria. An average Viennese person is committed to his love for music and art, especially the opera. I watched my first opera show in Vienna on that trip. To my surprise, the love for music was not restricted to just the affluent class of their society. If you were a true music lover, all you needed was your willingness. You could buy a ticket worth 197 euros, or you could stand in a designated area for just 7 euros. And if that was still unaffordable, then you could simply watch the live broadcast of the show outside the auditorium on a large screen for free. It was a treat to watch some music lovers sitting by the benches outside and enjoying the show. Take a minute and pull out an incident from your memory bank when you felt genuinely turned on. It need not be a sexual experience. You can be turned on by high-speed driving, a baking experience, attending a live concert, or even a scuba diving expedition. Just time travel to that moment. Now tell me, no matter what others thought of that moment, were you extremely relaxed and intensely involved? You might have been awestruck or mesmerized or completely immersed in the moment for whatever reason. Being able to step into these ecstatic moments throughout the day is the key. That is the subtle art of being turned on in life. Where should we begin? I'm going to quote a famous relationship expert, Esther Perel, to elaborate this point. She says the source of most relationship conflicts comes from balancing the 2 types of needs we are born with. The first type of need is the attraction to safety, dependability, predictability, and continuation. In short, all the things that you can count on to feel completely relaxed and comfortable. And the other is our appeal to adventure, novelty, mystery, and risk. In other words, things that keep us intensely involved. Being turned on or high on life is an art. It is a subtle art of giving a lot of attention. Like any other great art, it needs authenticity, involvement, practice, passion, and patience. Let's remember that you're trying something new. You need not rush into it. It is not about what you do, but how you feel when you do it. Have you heard of Japanese tea ceremony? The beauty of this ritual is not in drinking the tea, but in the process of making it and its connection with the person who is making it. To all my anxious friends, I have a small request to make. Do not dismiss the questions I'm going to ask you. You may protest by saying, Aditi, my day is filled with overwhelming emotions. Where will I find moments to feel relaxed and involved? Please look carefully. A slight crack is enough for the sunshine to enter. To the others who wish to live on the edge and really feel foodgasm or any form of orgasm by having immersive experiences in music, food, dance, poetry, writing, yoga, painting, baking, cooking, or anything else, learn these 5 steps to enhance the intensity of your turned on experiences. Step 1. Recognize your companion on the journey. Pick an activity that you can explore. What is that one thing that puts you in a relaxing zone and still makes you feel engaged? Flirt, flirt, flirt. Pick at least 5 to 7 activities and then give it a shot. Try it out again. Do not operate from past references. You have to make sure that now, in this moment or in this phase of your life, the same activity is exciting for you. Step 2. Ask, can you be even more relaxed than you are? What can you do to feel more relaxed physically, emotionally, and mentally? Would you like to listen to a song that you love? Or play some soft music in the background? Do it. Brew a pot of tea maybe. Our non-stop chattering mind is a program. At times, we get stuck if we attempt to break this program. So do not resist. Do not make it complicated. Instead of fighting to remove your stress or all that overthinking, add calming and relaxing activities. We can induce a calm state of mind with a graphotherapy stroke called flow of thoughts. I have mentioned the description of this stroke in this episode's fun sheet. Fun sheet is a PDF document that we create along with every Friday episode. You can download it from my website, aditisurana.com/podcast. Make notes, write personal experiences, scribble, doodle. You will be surprised to see how this small additional step of using a fun sheet will help you internalize all these lessons a lot more. Step 3. Can you be even more involved? Some people look at me with a blank face, not knowing what it means to be more involved. Body is the key. Everything the body can do is potentially enjoyable. If you learn to train and program your body as an essential tool, then it can turn into your superpower. Yet many people ignore their body's capacity. To an untrained body, rhythm does not inspire dance moves. To an insensitive eye, there is no beauty in detailing. To an untrained ear, a symphony sounds like noise. And to coarse palate, new taste feel undesirable. All 5 senses can lead to intense involvement if you choose to open your sensory experiences. Yes, it does require training. You need to pay close attention. Try this. When you're cooking or even eating, you must involve all your 5 senses. Take out time to be absorbed in just one meal and tell me your experience. Allow your senses to become your GPS, your guiding tools. Let me make it easier. Let's apply the 5S rule of wine tasting to our everyday meal. See, swirl, sniff, sip, savor. Now let's do it. Look at your food. Look at it closely. Its colors, textures. Don't swirl, but feel the texture of your food. Sniff. Yes, Take a moment to inhale the appetizing aroma of your food. Let it do its magic. Now taste and savor. Savor all the flavors you didn't even know your regular meal had to offer you. Step 4. Surround yourself with the reminders. Repetition is crucial. You can repeat the turned on experiences physically or mentally. Luckily, your brain can't differentiate. You don't agree? All right. Close your eyes if you can. Imagine walking to your fridge. Open the door of your fridge and remove a juicy ripe lemon. Take your finest knife and slice the lemon. Now squeeze the lemon on your tongue. What happened? If you were genuinely paying attention, then your body believed the lemon juice. It prepared itself for the lemon juice that did not arrive. Your body couldn't differentiate between the real and imaginary moment. So use this hack. Create phone screensavers, photo frames, or even kitchen magnets. Put pictures or prompts of your orgasmic experiences so that you are reminded of it every day. That way, your mind will step into the zone of being turned on every now and then. Step 5. Turn up the heat. Now, this is an upgrade. If you have already found your moment of relaxed involvement, increase the challenge level. Remember what we spoke about? Need for safety and need for adventure. We do not feel involved in anything that does not hold our attention. Making sure things become slightly challenging is the hack here. This is one of the reasons why people stay hooked to virtual gaming. If baking is your thing, then mastering a new recipe by getting it exactly how you like it can become your pursuit. If running is orgasmic for you, then aim to outperform your previous record. Pursuing excellence is a skill worth nurturing. When you are in this orgasmic zone, it can be a sensual experience without necessarily being a sexual one. People who are turned on in life are known to be more playful, helpful, and kind people. In these moments of being turned on, you'll realize some sort of flow happens and time stands still. You become completely connected with yourself and your activity. I wish your day is filled with many moments like these. Thank you so much for joining me on this episode of Absolutely Right. I would like to know what were your takeaways from today's episode. What small actions will you be taking to improve something in your life? Write to me on my Instagram account @Aditi Surana. If you like this podcast, then don't forget to check out other interesting podcasts on IVM Network. You can listen to us on the IVM Podcast app or ivmpodcasts.com. You can also follow us on our social media. We are at IVM Podcasts on Twitter and Instagram. Next week, I will be interviewing Chetna Chakrabarti, the host of Positively Unlimited podcast. Let's connect on Wednesday. Till then, happy writing!
I hope you enjoyed that show. We'd like to thank our sponsors this week, Paytm Money. If you aren't following us on social media, please do. We're IVM Podcast on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. Guys, it's been a really, really cool week. We've had a ton of interesting stuff come out. We had an episode with Kunal Shah on Cyrus Says. We've had really stellar episodes on Pesa Vesa, Advertising is Dead, Filter Coffee Podcast, on Empowering Series, all over the place. Definitely do check it out. I'm sure you'll enjoy what's been going on this week. And thanks for listening, and we hope to catch you again next week.
बेटा, did you know 79% of all scientists in NASA are Indian only?
देखो, इंडिया में टैक्स सिर्फ मिडिल क्लास भरती है. Everyone is just enjoying free यार.
आजकल के youngsters are only interested in partying and enjoying. उनको देश की पड़ी ही नहीं है.
बेटा, तुम बस शादी कर लो, उसके बाद तो you can enjoy life like anything.
I will tell you what this country needs. This country needs 15 years of dictatorship. That is the only way to become a superpower. See the Chinese, how much they've progressed.
सुनो, तुमने ये WhatsApp forward देखा?
So what's common between all of these statements?
They're all absolutely rubbish.
Fake WhatsApp forwards that spread like wildfire.
And statements that defy any logic.
We are here to debunk them all.
We're your family WhatsApp group's worst nightmare. We're what happens when you read a book.
Basically, we are just a bunch of guys who want to cut through the bullshit of everyone saying this, how it won't be true.
So that the next time someone confidently squeezes out some WhatsApp or Twitter BS, you can look them dead in the eye and go, Uncle, please sit.
So join me, Joel,
And me, Tushar.
every Mondays for a fresh new episode of Uncle, Please Sit.